That video of that two kids that were killed because she wanted to sell their organs. That got me in a lot of heat with the relatives. Because they don't believe females could be monsters like that. They're so heavily indoctrinated and brainwashed, and they're thinking only men are fucking monsters. Yeah, back in the '90s, before well, it might have been when I went to go live with my dad. I'm not sure, but I know it was around the time I was about to go live with him, and then when I got up there, I think that's when it was really a fact that Mary Kay Letourneau was with her student, got knocked up by the student, got sent to prison. How many female inmates that are considered hardcore gangsters, just like men, but not even once, even after she gave birth, decided that they should end her life because she's a convicted sicko? It's just one case here in Washington State. There's quite a few other cases throughout the country, throughout the world. And back when bestgore.com was online, I used that site for quite a few years to make up some very dark memes for some friends who had some awesome groups and pages on Facebook. I didn't put my watermark signature on it because they wanted it and they paid me for it. But there's this one video I came across, and this was from Russia. She was a big woman. I mean, big, like, not big like that, big like, and she had a line of boys standing there. She was in uniform of some sort. It was like a brown one, so it might have been like some type of boot camp or something. But the punishment she was giving to them was literally just because she hates men, and she was getting away with it. About four of them boys died under her care, and they didn't fucking do nothing to her. The video, it looked like it was from the 80s. It could have been from the very, very early 90s, late 80s. But when I saw that video, I didn't see fat women the same way anymore. Oh, my bad. Plus size women. I didn't see them the same way anymore. Because the movie Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, that big old lady on that movie telling her husband off. I gave birth to how many kids you want me to. She wanted to fight. That was my perception of big women. But then that one video, it destroyed that perception. I didn't look at big women the same way anymore. Because I thought big women, they went after fully grown humans, male or female. Then I saw another video on that site where a woman, she literally was holding her baby up by the fucking foot, dropping the baby, picking the baby back up, dropping the baby. And as I was growing up, I've had guys, get in my face. Oh, you think you're badass wanting to fight a fucking female? Why don't you fight me? I was like, shit, I'll go for it. Come on, throw her down. You really want to fucking protect this abusive female just because she's a female? All right. It's like, wait, what? She's abusive? I'm like, yeah, she picks on kids. She don't pick on fully grown humans, male or female. What if that was your kid she was picking on? You gonna stand there and let her abuse your own flesh and blood? This is why I've been against, females complaining about, oh, I'm a woman, you shouldn't be abusing me, bitch. You're a full-grown female and you abuse kids and you want to bawl about full-grown men abusing you, who's a full-grown person? Yeah, it is a slippery slope, but, at least he's not actually abusing kids. He's actually abusing another fully grown human. He's not abusing kids. He's not abusing babies. He's not literally picking on someone who can't defend themselves. We're in the age of equality where women, if they decide to want to fucking put hands on a guy, she should be willing to accept equality coming back at her full force. I mean, my mom used to abuse me when I was younger. When I got older, it got bigger. She used to yell at me. I mean, she still does, but she don't yell at me like she used to. And when she does, she makes sure she's at least a good 20 feet away first. Because the second I get up and start walking towards her, she'll start fucking running. I won't stand for, no physical abuse from a female, period. I'll barely stand for females verbally abusing me, psychologically abusing me, mentally abusing me, but that physical abuse, I not. The difference between the females in my life and the males in my life, the males, they're not really trying to physically abuse me. They have no cause. But when, I got something that females want, it's particularly money, or I'm saving up money, and they know I'm doing that, they think they could, oh, let me borrow money. I'm like, no, I'm saving it. I got other shit I need done. And they want to start shit. They want to go ball to somebody else. Oh, he's being this way and he's being that way. And they won't tell them the fucking full truth of why I'm having them leave me the fuck alone. But I feel bad for that guy in that video. And I think he was actually holding one of his kids in the thumbnail. And, it said that when he touched his kids, they were cold to the touch. They were literally lifeless. So he did what any good father did, dial 911. Thinking he got there in time to try and save them. But he didn't. And the mother, she was sitting there telling him to hush up, talking out loud how much she could get for the organs. And I think it's strange that that happened just like a few days, maybe a week after they were talking about why the elite 1% want females to do abortions, because they were growing them organs out of those aborted fetuses for them to use when, their organs give out. They already got fully grown, fully developed organs that matches their blood type. It makes sense. It's also fucking twisted, because even what Bette Midler said, sex strike, and I think she wants those abortions because she needs those organs to be fully developed when hers give out. Now, I'm pretty sure she's probably already had a few organ transplants through donated fetuses that were aborted by females who are just like, yay, I don't have to be a mom. Which reminds me of a story, like, this all these people were mad at this one millionaire who was burying his most prized possessions. Like a really nice and high-end fucking vehicle. Gold-plated fucking silverware. And people were like, what, you can't really take the white one. And he said, everybody dies, they all get embalmed. You're asking me to donate my most prized possessions. Why don't you donate your organs when you die so someone else can actually benefit from a life that they didn't get to live yet because they were born with some sort of degenerative disease or some shit like that? When he said that, every single one of those people who were mad at him for burying his most prized possessions with him when he dies, they all shut the fuck up. Because how many people been put in the ground, embalmed, all their organs just removed, not knowing where these organs went? But yeah, it's fucked up like that. Now, I'm being treated like garbage for that video. It's not even a video I uploaded. It's a video I came across. The other video I'm getting in trouble for is a Native woman and her daughter doing a twerk. But she's not getting in trouble for teaching her daughter to twerk. I'm getting in trouble for uploading that video on my own channel. She ain't getting in trouble for it at all. But here's the fucked up part. She asked me to fly her out to my reservation. I was thinking, all right, cool, And then I was like, yeah, I better fucking check up on her to see what kind of fucking bullshit she's into. So I come across that video of her teaching her daughter how to twerk, and I fucking ghosted her ass. I don't want to be with a female who's teaching kids to twerk before they realize what twerking really means. That's how fucked feminism got my race of women. They are teaching their own kids to be res girls before they even realize what res girl really means. This is why I hate feminism. I don't hate females, I hate feminism. But is it too late to salvage these females? Probably. Is there a bright light at the end of the tunnel for them? Hopefully. But it's pretty freaking pointless to actually try and say, hey, you guys are fucking up so fucking bad. There's no point. You know, I do feel bad for those females in Afghanistan. You know, I do. You know, but that's the result of feminism and Taliban not wanting feminism there. And the feminists around the world are like, hey, well, why don't you guys go fight for them? Like, hey, we're tired of dying for you, and the end result is getting fucking shafted after fighting for you. You want to continue to have your freedoms. You are actually supposed to go fight for those freedoms now. You got this far on feminism, you might as well go a little bit further and actually prove to humanity that feminism deserves to be recognized as actual freedom fighters instead of hiding behind the government, bawling about not having this and not having that. When I'm a clear-cut case, every job I've ever applied for in this county has all gotten taken by a female who didn't deserve it, a female who didn't have the qualifications for it. And recently, I've seen a couple of help wanted signs. And knowing the history of me trying to apply for a job, I know it's going to be pointless to apply for one now. Even with my own tribe and my grandma's tribe. You know, because thinking I'm native, you know, I'm going to be able to get a job just because. But no, even they fucking chose to hire non-white, non-natives. And telling me, oh, you're not tribal member to this tribe, we can't hire you. And then the next day I go to that place of business and I see fucking whites, Mexicans, blacks, you know, disabled, elderly, you know, kids that aren't supposed to be working got the job. And that's discrimination. I have to take that as a hit because I'm a man. They don't care that I'm a man of color. See, I'm being treated as a white man, and I'm not. All these feminists in this fucking county alone have more job opportunities than I'll ever get. And they're not taking advantage of it. They'd rather sit at home, bawl about how they don't get this and don't get that. But, you know, it's just fucking ridiculous. You know, and I really wish that anchor didn't fuck me up the way it did, because I'd still be having my commercial fisherman job. I'd still be doing something for myself away from this type of society. I'd be living out in the middle of fucking nowhere, away from all this Hippocratic bullshit. I'd be enjoying my own fucking freedom. I wouldn't be online every day. I most certainly wouldn't be an online gamer. But yeah, I'd be playing, you know, on my Nintendo 64, on my Super Nintendo. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't know what else to fucking do. I mean, I can make complaints all I want, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a male. You know, my complaints aren't going to be heard until there's enough other men who have made similar complaints like I have. But even then, like Mona Elta-Hallway said a couple years ago on national TV in another country, which that news broadcast channel station claims not to condone terrorist acts, and yet they let her say it's time to commit violence against all males worldwide. They let her get away with that on national TV. Now, imagine a man saying something like that about females. No man in his right mind would condone what he said. They wouldn't. They'd say, he don't speak for us. We're not with him. But how many feminists that saw that TV show on that news channel spoke up and said, hey, she don't speak for all of us feminists. And as far as I know, only 2 females, and they got YouTube channels, they actually said, hey, she don't speak for me. She don't speak for any of the feminists I know either. Only 2 females wanted her arrested. The rest of the feminist nation basically all co-signed what she said. Mona El-Tahawy, she's an Egyptian feminist, and she wants violence against males worldwide. Now, I'd understand a little bit better if she said men, because she's implied she only wants violence done upon fully grown men. But she said males. And she's basically called out violence against babies and kids that are males. But, you know, every corner I turn, I'm accused of hating all females. And yet, I've never once wanted to see a female hurt by anybody, or any animal, or any machine. You know, at best, you know, I ask, you know, quite a few females, hey, leave me alone, man. You know, I'm asking as kindly and as nicely as possible. I don't care if you got personal problems with other men in your life and you think I'm weak and will tolerate your shit. I won't. Don't make me suffer for what other men put you through because you chose to be around that type of piece of shit. I'm not trying to make other females suffer for what other females put me through in my life. I'm trying to extend the same courtesy that other humans would want. Like, hey, man, they did that to you. Don't take it out on us. You know, don't imagine it was me that did it to you. Take it out on the actual people who treated you like shit. I'm not trying to be a piece of shit towards anybody. Even the ones who did fuck me off really bad. You know, because at the end of the day, I'm like, whatever gets them to leave me the fuck alone for the rest of my life, so be it. No, as long as they leave me the fuck alone after I've made it known kindly and humanely gestures, hey man, I'm literally just trying to be nice here. You know, I came from the middle of nowhere where you literally have to work for the rest of your life in order to survive. Because out there where I lived, you can't depend on nobody but yourself. You can't be like, oh, Mr. Government, can you send me this? I need help. I can't do this. I can't do that. I lived out where somewhere I didn't have access to a phone. I mean, I had access to a handheld radio, but that was it. I don't like being in society for the simple fact that each corner I turn, I have to keep my head on a swivel. I have to make sure that somebody ain't trying to fuck me over just because they don't like the lifestyle they were handed. But that anchor fucked me up. And everybody in my home village says, hey, you're starting to become a burden because you can't work no more. That's how bad that anchor fucked me up. And now I got to be around other people who've had a better lifestyle than I've had because they have always had the government. They've always had access to a lot of resources. Take those resources away, you'll see the animal come out of them. Just like after here, and his woman wants child support out of me because she can't get money out of me no more. He wants more money out of me because it's costing him more to have parties here because she wasn't making the money anymore. I want to go back to my home village, but with my injuries, I'm literally a fucking burden. But here, I'm just another disabled person being accused of leeching off the government. And, it's fucking bullshit. It's literally fucking bullshit. Oh, and this is a fucking stogie. This ain't a fucking blunt. Because with this much smoke, my attitude would have changed quite a bit ago. But I'm sitting here, trying to make the best of what freedoms I got left in America. I, I I don't know what else to fucking do. I don't know what else to fucking say. I'm sure as hell am doing my best to minimize my interactions with other females just because I know what they're capable of getting away with. And, it's not my fault that they've had a shitty life. I don't care. Simply because nobody cares about men. Unless they know how much you make and use you as a utility. But how much money do I gotta have in order for females to leave me the fuck alone? Because they sure as hell ain't leave me the fuck alone because I'm broke. I mean, I shouldn't even be inhaling this shit, but life sucks right now.